Mike Fields. I'm the Senior Analyst in this department at Sage Payment Solutions. Today, to go over is the Sage 300 ERP payment processing and to install and configure the module. So what I've done is I put together a PowerPoint presentation just to go over a few things that actually need to happen before the payment processing module can be installed. Before payment processing can begin in Sage 300, payment processing module needs to be installed in the software. The users will need to be out of the software before the module can be installed. Second, the merchant must have administrative access to the software. And third, if the software is located on a server, the payment processing module needs to be installed in that location, then be available to the other client systems. For payment processing to actually work, two programs need to be installed on the computer. First, Sage Exchange Desktop. This program initiates and performs the credit card processing and available with the module installation. This is module SDK, which works in conjunction with the Sage Exchange Desktop and the software application. It's included both of the download links on this PowerPoint, the Sage Exchange Desktop and the module SDK. If you choose, you can go to Sage's self-service portal, and you can download the links directly from there. So now we're just going to go out of the point presentation and go to the software itself. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to install the module. So to do that, we're going to go to the Start menu, go to Control Panel, Programs and Features. We're going to find where the Sage 300 is installed. So to find it, we're going to right-click and change. Three options for software: modify, repair, or remove. We're going to stick with modify, and we're going to click the next. So now you see all of the modules that can be installed for Sage 300. So we're going to scroll down until we find payment processing. And typically these boxes will be unchecked. I have actually installed the payment processing module already. But then, like I said, these boxes will be unchecked. All you would need to do is check these boxes. And if you hear Sage Exchange is able to be downloaded with the module installation. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and click on Next. And what the wizard is doing now is it's actually installing that module, the software. That all users need to be out of the program because we're updating the software itself. Finish, just go ahead and click the Finish button. And we are actually done with this. So we're going to go ahead and X out of this. And we're going to go back into the software. And then open the company. This is a test company. I do not actually have any licenses. But what we would do at this point is we would actually go to Help Me. We're going to Licenses. Going to go to Manager, and then click on the Licenses tab. And then we would enter the serial number and activation code for the payment processing module. So go ahead and click Close. And then say OK to this. Now what we would have to do, since we have installed the module, now we actually have to activate the module. In order to do that, we would go to the Administrative Services menu on the side. We would double-click on Data Activation with the Yes box and then Proceed. Now, I've actually already activated the payment processing module, but if it still needed to be activated, you would see the option here, and you would just place a check check mark in the box. You click next, and then click activate, and that would actually activate the payment processing module. At this, I'm just going to go ahead and click close. So that's activated. You will see the payment processing menu right here. It's going to be under the Common Services main menu here. Okay, at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to add processing codes. A processing code is needed to actually process payments within the software. At this point, we're going to go to the PMT setup, which is under the payment processing heading, and we'll click on processing codes. And we're going to go ahead and click on the magnifying glass to see which processing codes are already installed. See, I've already installed a couple for Canada and one for the U.S. Okay. Typically, what you would do though is enter the processing code description here. You will enter a line description in this field. You choose your bank, whether it's U.S. or Canada, and you choose the merchant account that you want to go with this particular processing code. So like I said, I've already done this, but typically that's all that you would need to do. At that point, once all this is filled in, you would click the validate button. Basically, it's going to validate that the merchant ID and the merchant key are valid. At that point, you click save. So now that we've done that, now we have to add payment codes, and basically we're going to attach the payment codes with the processing code. So go to the accounts receivable menu, and then we go to AR setup, and then go to payment codes. On the magnifying glass to see which payment codes are already checked, and it looks like we have Visa and MasterCard that's already attached. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to work the American Express. So Express is highlighted. We're going to select. In this payment type field right here, we're going to click on the down arrow key, and we'll select SPS credit card. So this attaches this processing code to this payment code. At this point, we're going to click save and close. And then to do that for your Visas, MasterCards, Discovers, and then obviously American Express. So when that's done, you're actually all set with activating the module, installing the module. You can actually go into some payment processing. So the thing that I want to show you is how to actually store a credit card for a customer. So to do that, we're going to stay in the accounts receivable menu, and we're going to go to AR customers and double click on the customer's icon. We're going to click the magnifying glass next to the customer number field, and then select one of our customers. So I'm just going to select the first one right here, and we're going to click the select button. And then we're going to go to the credit card tab over on the far right, and then we're going to this, and then we'll click the button down at the bottom. To put in a card ID. So what we do is we click on the magnifying glass next to this field. So at any error now. So what I'm going to do is in this field, I'm just going to type in Visa, and then I have out of it. Now this is the description for this particular card. Since you can store multiple cards within a particular customer, it's good to add a specific description to this particular card. So in this instance, I'm just gonna say test card. Once I have out, I'm going to change the processing code, whether it's Canada or whether it's U.S. So I'm going to check the processing, and you see that it brings in the U.S. bank as well. What I do from here is I want to click on this box that says same as customer address, and it's going to fill in the billing details for me. So just as a reminder, the section is a billing address for the credit card, which sometimes can be different from the person that actually holds the credit card. Okay, so make sure that this billing address is the billing address for the card itself. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to the right side, and we're going to click on the Add Card Details button. That Sage Exchange desktop comes up, and you see right up in the left here, it says Sage Exchange Vault. So basically, this tells you that we're going to store this credit card number into Sage Exchange Vault. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and put in the credit card number. We're going to expiration date if we need to. It's that the CVV option is not here. The V code is not available to be stored on Sage Exchange Vault. At this point, we're going to click on Submit. Looks like I missed the card number. There we go. You see that the card number is here. You have the card is X'd out except for the last four. And then you have the expiration date here. And then you have the card type as Visa here. At this point, we're going to click Add. And then we're going to click Save and Close. All right, so now we've added a card. And you see you can add as many cards as you actually need to. So we're just going to go ahead and click Save and then Close. So now we can actually go into an actual order. So what and we're actually going to go to the order entry, and we're going to go to OE transactions. I'm going to double click on order entry. We actually enter an order. So the first field is the order number. You want to keep this as new because it's going to take the next order number in line. Now on the magnifying glass next to customer number, we're going to pick this first one right here with a bargain mark on it. So we're going to go down to the line items. We're going to double click inside the item number, work on the magnifying glass, and select the item that we want. Now, these lists are to what the merchant wants. If the merchant doesn't have an item list, that's fine. You can type anything in here that you want. It just so happens that this particular customer that I have actually has an item list. So I'm going to pick this first item right here. Out of this, I go to the quartered, and I want to put in one. I actually have two options. We can do what's called a prepayment or a pre-authorized. Prepayment is just like a sale. You have time to enter the transaction, and that's it. If you pre-authorize, on the other hand, a pre-authorize is another name for authorization only. So when you do a pre-authorize, you actually have one time to adjust that transaction, whether it's up or down, or if you have to add tax or shipping. So you're going to do one of each, but right now I want to do a prepayment. So I click on prepayment. The prepayment option comes up. With a prepayment, you have to enter a batch number. You can use a batch number if you want, or you can create your own batch. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click the new icon right here. It's going to create a new batch for me. And I can put a description in a batch if I wanted to. So I'm just going to put test batch. I just want to change the bank code from a Canadian bank to a US bank. Change the payment code from check and use Visa. Use Visa, the processing code automatically comes in for us. Okay? So I'm actually going, so in the amount due for $41.46, I'm going to put that in the receipt amount here. And then this is done, so I'm going to click Add, click Charge. Once I charge, it comes up with this screen. If we had a credit card that's stored, I can click on the magnifying glass next to the card ID field, and I can use the credit card that I want. So go ahead and choose this one. See that once we choose this, everything is filled in for us. At this point, on the right-hand side, I'm going to click Process Payment. The Sage Exchange desktop comes up. You see that at the left right here, it says Sage Exchange Sale. This means it's actually a sale. You remember when we stored a credit card, it actually said Sage Exchange Vault. Okay, so when you process transactions, you can tell kind of what you're doing if you look at the top left right here. So at the point you see that the card number is actually entered for us, so we don't have to do anything with this. The expiry date is entered, and now we have the CVV option. So I'm just going to put in 123 for the CVV option. Click on Submit. The credit card's charged, and you'll see that you have the authorization code here, and that's in the date here. So go ahead and click Close on this one. Click Close on this screen. Now, for each order open and for each credit card that you process, you have to post the order before you get out of the order. If you don't, it will give you an error message. So if you try to click Close, it's going to ask you, do you want to post this order? If you know, it's actually going to give you an error message right here saying that you must post this document because a credit card payment has been charged. So at this point, I'm just going to click Close and then Post. And it's going to give us a confirmation. It's going to give us the order number, and then it has the option to print the order confirmation or prepayment receipt. If you click, if you want to print those, obviously you can. Just click the Yes button, but I'm just going to go ahead and click No. I'm done with this order, so I'm going to click Close. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into it, and now we're going to do a pre-authentication. Go into the order entry again. We're going to order number is new. We're going to click on the magnifying glass again next to the customer number. We're going to choose this bargain mart again. Item number. Click on magnifying glass, and we're just going to select the first one again. Over to the quote you ordered and hit 1. And now we're going to click Pre-Authorize. Once you see the pre-authorization amount, and then you have to choose your payment code and your processing code. Payment code, I'm going to click on the magnifying glass. I'm going to select Visa again. And on the processing code, and we're going to select the SPS credit card. And click Pre-Authorize. It brings you to this again. So we're going to enter the card ID. So we're going to click on the magnifying glass again. We're going to this card ID. We're going to click Process Pre-Authorization. When it comes in, if you change that card number, you can just by clicking this Edit button. If you click the Edit button, this actually credit card number will disappear, and you can enter something else in here if you need to. Expiration date here, and then once again, you have the CVV option. Just like Submit. Now you see that the credit card's been pre-authorized. Going to click when you have the date and the time right here, and the authorization code right here. So I'm going to come Close. On this screen, once again, like I said, we got to post it. So hit Post. Incomplete gives you an order number, and then once again, it asks if you want to print the order confirmation. I'm going to say no, and we're going to click Close. So you process a sales order. Now what we have to do is we actually have to ship the order. In order to do that, we'll click on the shipment entry. Our shipment number is new because it's going to take the next shipment number in line. In the customer number field, we're going to click on the magnifying glass, and we're going to select the bargain mart because that's the one that we've been working with. What you can do is on this entry, you can attach the order number that you want. Okay, so click on the magnifying glass next to the order number, and we're going to file number 71. This is the last one that we did. Click on Select. That it actually brings in the order that we did. Okay, so now what you have to do is you actually have to ship the order. And you can also invoice it at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to check this box right here that says Create Invoice. And then we're going to click this box that says Ship All. So when you select this box, basically it's automatically going to ship all of the parts that you have on this particular order. If you don't want to ship all of it, then you can actually go into each line item and you can pick and choose which one you need to ship. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click Ship All. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Capture. When you hit Capture, what it's going to do is it's going to capture this pre-authorization that we did in the sales order. So when I capture, and here's where we enter a new batch number. It brings the bank code and it brings in the processing code of the pre-authorization. So now what we can do is, remember our pre-authorization was $41.46, but let's say that we have to add shipping. So what we can do is we're going to add $10 in shipping. So I'll change this to $51.46. I want to add a charge, and just to the pre-authorization screen. At this point, we're just going to click on Process Payment, and you see that the total went from $41.46 to $51.46. So we're going to Process Payment. And a little while for this to happen, and that the pre-authorization has been captured. So basically what this means is that the $41.46 has been adjusted to add the $10 in shipping to $51.46. At that point, you've captured it, and now it's able to be settled. What we're going to do from here is we're going to click OK. We'll close. We're going to close on this. And then once again, we're going to click Post. Or you can the picking slip, you can print the invoice, and then you can click the prepayment receipt if you need it. Okay. At this point, I'm just going to go ahead and click No because I don't want to print any of that. All right, and you can click Close. Okay. So today, what we've done is we have installed the payment process module. We have activated the module within the software. We did an order for a prepayment and a pre-authorization, and we actually shipped and invoiced the pre-authorization. So at the time this training is complete, if you have any questions, I urge you to contact our virtual support department at Sage, or if you want to, you can contact our merchant readiness department as well. Thank you for your time today, and have a great day.